The objective for this lesson is for students to be able to write, interpret, and explain the ordering of rational numbers using real-world contexts, such as temperature, elevation, or debt versus profit. In the United States, 3 well-known areas have some of the lowest elevations. The Badwater Basin is at -85 meters, Lake Champlain is at 29 meters, and New Orleans is at -2.4 meters. Order these from the highest to the lowest in elevation. As students reason through this, they will note that Lake Champlain is above sea level and a positive number. Therefore, it is the highest in elevation, as positive numbers have greater value than any negative numbers, and it should be listed first. Next, there are 2 areas, both below sea level, shown with negative numbers that need to be ordered. Recalling that negative numbers represent values that are really showing an absence or a loss of value, they are both less than 0. Therefore, the negative number that is further from 0 has the greatest absence of value and is the smallest. So the correct order from highest to lowest elevation would be Lake Champlain at 29 meters, New Orleans at -2.4 meters, and then the Badwater Basin of California at -85 meters. Students should be able to explain and prove their thinking in ordering these rational numbers. General Motors, AOL Time Warner, and Fannie Mae have experienced 3 of the largest corporate financial losses ever. If AOL had the greatest of these losses and General Motors had the least of these 3 losses, match the following loss amounts to the correct company. Financial losses equate to negative numbers. Therefore, all 3 amounts are negative numbers. They represent an absence or a loss of value. To compare, let's place them on a number line. The value furthest from 0 would be -$123.16 billion. Therefore, it has the least amount of value, and that will match with AOL Time Warner. Notice that -$77.7 billion would be the second largest of the losses, with -$41.59 billion being the least of these 3 losses and closer to both 0 and the positive number set. The matchup then is that AOL Time Warner has the least value of all at -$123.16 billion. Fannie Mae matches with -$77.7 billion in the middle, and General Motors was left with -$41.59 billion in losses, having the greatest value of the 3 still. In this lesson, students were able to reason through, interpret, and explain the ordering of rational numbers using real-world contexts. We met this objective by comparing and ordering financial losses for 3 different companies.